ITO patch 2.2 for Final Fantasy 14. Good to see everybody here today. I hope you all are doing very nice on this Monday. It's been a while. Has been a while. Um, we're hoping to get many things done today. Um, like I said, Saturday and Sunday, I have been doing some work of my own. I've been trying to get used to some of the more different aspects of the game, such as the Crystal Tower arc and, of course, the Coils of Bahamut, which I've been trying to do, and it's been very, very interesting for me. As, yeah, current Coil of Bahamut is, of course, I do not wish to spoil it because it involves a very, very key part of the story with the primals and the twins, which I probably might show at a later date, or at least pull my thoughts into it. Now, I did promise you guys that I would show you the full replay of Total War 3 Kingdoms, because the final battle that we had was, we never got to play it. However, I did promise I would show you guys a replay of how the battle was fought. The good news is that, I did actually manage to play the battle off my own time, and have it saved as a replay. The bad news is, however, is it's quite an hour long, so what I will do is try and condense it into a video and put it out on my YouTube channel at a later date. So I have to edit that and then put it out, but I will put it released eventually, so we can all see how the final battle played out for our character and our boy Cao Cao. We are in all the recommended armor. I have swapped most of my Astrum gear actually to Ironworks gear, as I've been advised that it's the best in the game. But yes, I hope the hype is ready, because we are going patch 2.2 with Still Waters. And I don't think I've seen that character before. Truly, there is no rest for the weary. Scarce had I begun to make myself at home when I received a request from assistant from Amanja and Sons Mineral Concern. It would appear that their storehouse in Horizon has been the target of a series of covert robberies. Minor as they seem in isolation, occasional discrepancies in the manifest were long dismissed as clerical errors. It was only during the concern's annual audit that a pattern became apparent. The significant question is of crystals, and only crystals were missing. I need hardly tell you what that may imply. I guess so. The Blast Blades, charged with investigating the thefts, believe that someone within the concern is selling the crystals for profit. Alas, they may have yet been able to identify a likely suspect, and the concern's proprietors have grown frustrated by the lack of progress. Needless to say, I would not have agreed to intervene had the stolen goods been of merely monetary value. If there's a possibility that the thief acts not out of interest but in service to a primal, we can all ill afford to wait for the Blades to realize their mistake. Please play depart for Horizon at your earliest convenience. Rendezvous with your stroller when you arrive. She and Thancred have already begun a preliminary investigation. I have every confidence that the three of you will get to the bottom of these thefts. I only hope our fears prove unfounded when you do. Okay, primals are at it again. They just do not know when to catch a break, huh? Well, no rest for the wicked and no rest for the heroes, I suppose. Let's see then. Western Sandalin. Right, let's take a look. Right, where is our little cat girl? There you are. Hello, Y'shtola. How you doing? Good to see you. Ah, Felix, your assistance is most welcome. I've already spoken at length with the Blast Blades of the Rose, albeit to little avail. It would seem that the thief took great pains to conceal their activities. I could go into further detail, but your time might better be spent in conversation with Fufulupa. leading the investigation, I will only be repeating how much he relayed to me. If aught eluded my attention, maybe it will elude yours. Right. Hello. Oh, hello there. Felix, wasn't it? Your stroller said to expect you. Terrible business, he says. You have yet to confirm the quantity of crystal stolen, but I dare say maybe greater than... never mind. I have news to share. A short while ago, the driver of a heavily laden carriage refused to halt for inspection and broke through one of our checkpoints on the Royal Allegan Sunway. The car bolted off towards eastern Sanland, where, thank the gods, here our colleagues were able to apprehend it without further incident. A speeding carriage. That would seem a curious choice for thieves of such perverse cunning. Yet the Amalza do have a foothold in Western Sanland. What of their cargo? Did it carry the crystals we seek? We should be receiving a report by now, but I fail to see what else it could. Did you miss me, friends? I'm back, but I fear I came bearing to news. Oh, on second thought, maybe it's good news. Thancred, wherever have you been off to? I figured you had everything under control here, so I took a brief excursion to the east to check up on our Amalza friends. Won't you believe it? I happened upon a runaway carriage on the way, and even was able to do my small part to help my friends in the brass blade to intercept it. In all my years, I have never seen the prodigious quantity of somnus. The blades were calling one of the greatest hauls I've ever seen. The stolen crystals, on the other hand, were nowhere to be found. Is that so? I suppose we have no choice but to resume our search elsewhere. We should reassess our actions and options as well. Come with us, Felix. Okay. No crystals. What were you suggesting? Against all expectation, it seems the Amalza are innocent of this particular spineless crime. By all indications, they have yet to replenish the stores of crystals exhausted during their last summit effort. What I can't fathom is why anyone else would go to such lengths to obtain crystals, and in such quantities. It can't be that we're dealing with simple thieves. If their motives were profit, why would they limit their trade to crystals alone? Plainly, we're missing something. While you also think about what it may be, I shall inform you around here of our progress, or lack thereof.
Now then. Tis I. The situation may be more complicated than we anticipated.
Indeed, I shall remain watchful. Ere thou goest, another matter requireth thine attention. A young maiden, full Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness? Very well. Be she damsel or devil, I shall direct her steps to Revenant's toll. Save thine insinuations for one given to such impropriety. Thou shalt not find me amenable.
Far across the sea from the land of Domar have we traveled. We seek audience with the ruler of these lands. Who here speaks for you?
All here is Fenris from Dragon Age 2. It does seem interesting. His voice definitely is different and very formal-ish. On the other hand, who are you? From the land of Doma. Okay. You're someone called Doma. Are you a bunny girl? No, your ears are not standing up top. let's focus on that, those things for now. So, do I actually need any of these? How do they hold up with my current status? I mean, I already have it, so I really don't need it. I'll keep the silver pieces. Any bright ideas? Solid flash of insight? No? Well, for a better suggestion, I'll try picking apart Fudalupa's brain again. Also, I love these guys, Doma peeps. Doma, you say? Well, I suppose then that's another faction who's entered the web of intrigue in Eorzea. Not that I am not opposed to it. I like some new faces. Who knows? If we work together, we may find something of use nestled away within it. You make a good point. You make a very good point. Alright, Fufalupa. We want to ask some questions. Oh, but it's good to see you return. I have some thought to the matter, and I've just hit upon a most disturbing possibility. How could I have been so blind? Calm yourself, Fufalupa. What's the disturbing possibility of which you speak of? I was contemplating too how the thieves' activities escaped our notice for so long. And then it came. What if someone among our own ranks complying with them, a traitor in our own midst? It would be most unfortunate if your fears proved well-founded, Fufalupa. Indeed, if for reason of security the concern decided to transfer the remaining crystals stored in Horizon to another location, their plans would have been discovered the moment the blast blades were informed. But what such a shipment would surely be well guarded, with thieves as wily as ours risk such open confrontation? Maybe not, but neither would the concern be eager to present them with such an obvious target. Nay, they might instead to elect carry out the transfer in secret, to entrust the goods to, let's say, a lone Mikote miner, traveling without escort not to attract undue attention. Why a Mikote in particular? But I see. The concern may well like to do that, but travel such much cargo will be on a strenuous task indeed. And this miner would certainly need to rest upon the way, maybe north of the bridge to Hammerlia. A fine spot for rest, would you not agree, Felix? Would you lie in wait? I guess. I am free, my friends. If I receive news in Orel, I must inform my men at once. Oh, okay, I get it. So we're gonna lure out a second trap then. Your Stola will pretend to be a miner, and I will pretend to ambush and to look after her. Okay. Call me a cynic, but I would be surprised if these thieves lay down their arms and surrender. Come prepared to offer them some encouragement. Lie in wait for the thieves. Okay. Let's go engineer thieves then. And, oh, by the way, say hello to my little mount, my little friend, my little Magitech Deathclaw. I assure you, he's friendly. He hauls me to bed whenever I have to go to sleep. I got him after I went to the achievement stand in Gridania. Traded some of my nice little tokens for them. He's really nice. I like this guy. Look at it. Come on. Take a look. He is completely friendly. You see? Look at him. He just wants to pick you up and drag you wherever he goes. That being said, let's go meet our little bandits then. Let's see what they have in store for us. Oh. What have we here? Oh, hello. Bad move, guys. Oh, there's more of you, huh? Oh, is that it? Oh, never mind then. Oh, hi. Oh, that's a lot of you. Right then. One at a time, guys. Get out of here. Yeah, that's right. I'll let you do your own thing. Giant peep. do we find? Stubborn as the last, to the last I expected. You are unharmed? A gang of sea wolf thieves and Infanaland, no less. Maybe there's a first time for everything. I do have to say though, you look pretty adorable in that miner's outfit. She looks really, really cute. Sea wolves? All of them? Aye, with all the same taste in facial tattoos. Blue in any case you're wondering. Our thieves are a long way from home. Thancred, if you would be so good as to attend to the outstanding matters in Horizon, I have inquiries to make. So to Horizon then, Fufalupa will want to hear about your beating of the thieves. Alright. Okay. Y'shtola is gone, and we gotta go back to speak with Fufalupa. Back at... Okay, honestly, I was not expecting to see Y'shtola in a miner's outfit. Actually, it is cute. It is cute. It's just adorable. I know she's supposed to be a well-trained scholar, fully trained in like the arts and scholarly and ether and stuff, but still, she looks really cute as a miner. Okay, don't judge me. I don't have a problem. On behalf of the Brass Blades of the Rose, I thank you for your service to Horizon. But we've not been idle. While you were afield, we found a traitor in our ranks. That's so. And by your leave, I would very much like to have a word with a fellow in private. No. He managed to subdue the unit Blade's dispatch to detain him and escaped. Oh, for the love of... And how did he manage that? Your men have been sampling that somnus become escaped, have they? Or was he a giant in disguise? No, he was quite strong. A sea wolf, Lamincian born and raised, I believe. But don't worry, we will find him. You have my word on that. I see. Keep me appraised of any developments. Yes? He's standing next to me. Understood. I fear our time together is at an end, my friend. Your services are required elsewhere. Awfully disappointing, I know, but one must fall when duty leads. You might try to look a little disappointed, or do you mean to give me another one of your stoic nods? You do, don't you? Here he goes again. Another stoic nod. Okay, we do not need any of these, so we'll take this one. Just got a smile and nod, like I always do. Okay. Information on your next assignment. The antecedent did tell you to make a request for Bay, where young Alphinaud awaits your coming most eagerly. It was he who requested your assistance. Some commotion or incident, I'm not privy to the details. While you do whatever it is that Alphinaud has planned for you, I shall endeavor to track down our traitor's brass blade. When I do, you will rest assured that you will have our answers. Vesper Bay. That actually isn't even happening. We're going back to the old location. Oh yeah, we are in Horizon, so perfect. I don't have to fly all the Horizon Aether to get. So right. Let's go back to Vesper Bay. Then I guess to greet our new Doman friend. Where do we end up? We have some bronze piece here. When I go to Vesper Bay, I'm gonna sell some of this stuff. Yeah. I think I will actually, because it's taking a lot of space in my inventory. Let's see. All of this, the tree and sap, and the chicken egg. I think I will keep. I don't know yet. Let's drop by Mender and sort these. Let's drop by Merchant and sort this out, because I have a ton of things on. Okay, here. Right, let's just drop some more things off then. Tree and sap. Bubble chocolate I have no need for. Secretions. No. I'll keep the elegant stuff. I got the elegant things from the, what was it? I got the elegant stuff from the, Coils of Bahamut. I'll keep those in there in case I do something craft-worthy. Here. Oh, okay, lots of these. Pebble crab. Fang. Sherry. Discretion. Another elegant nugget. Elegant leather. Elegant silk. Keep the white stem blood. Actually, need that corn. Seal plates. Lamp need. Blood need. High skin. Okay, so I'll keep most of this and I'll sort the, all the essential goods. Those are my potions. I will keep all the faded copies, up in slot 2. And this could be and the bronze pieces can be shuffled right here. Bronze, silver, and I don't really have to do anything else here. No. Okay. Right. Let's have a look at what our Alphino has to say. You're late. No matter. I know where our visitors are headed. From what I've been able to band together, this vessel belongs to a band of Domans who seek to audience with Sultana. You are familiar with the Doma, yes? In Orthard? No? Explain. Well, like the rest of the nations of the Eastern Continent, it's ruled by the Garlean Empire. Concerning? Given our visitors' unannounced arrival, as well as the state of their ship, I suspect they did not leave their homeland under the best circumstances. Needless to say, I should be very interested to hear their tale, and more importantly, want to know the current state of affairs in the Empire. Such information could prove most useful. You would be fools not to pursue this opportunity, do you not think? Quoth me to Oda, Felix, unless I'm mistaken, and I'm rarely mistaken, you will find the Domans bickering with Sultan Sworn on the Royal Promenade. You're uncertain of your own proceedings? Insurance. If our guests are not themselves Imperial agents, it seems fair to assume that they be pursued by someone. And if not, who better than you to have on hand in the event of an unforeseen diplomatic incident? Besides, I do so enjoy your sparkling repartee. Satisfied? Good. I'll see you in Oda. Okay, so Domans are part of the Garlean Empire. Okay. That is slightly concerning. Especially because, you know, I have not met anyone from Garlean, from the Empire, or Empire World District. Of course, I'm from Alamigo and, the Legatus and stuff. So, yeah, this will be interesting. So if it's the Royal Promenade, my guess we go to the Chamber of Rule. Am I correct in my assumption? Let's see. Domans from a land ruled by the Garlean Empire, you say? Well, I mean, maybe it's just my inner concern, but I don't know. Hopefully they can state their case quite well. Like, royal. It matters not how many times you ask. Without necessary permissions, none shall pass. Please understand, good sir. We have not the letter to lodge a formal petition. Time is of the essence. All I ask is you summon your superior. Allow us to plead my case. Surely you can grant us your small kindness. Away with you and darken these doors no longer. I will not ask again. You do not what you do. That's a... That's a scaled tale. so they're in areas, yeah. Higher, which is human. Elezen, which are elves. Mikote, which are cat people. Rogadin, which are like hulks. Lalafels, which are dwarves. Vieras, which are bunny folk, if I remember correctly in my wanderings. So you're a new race from Doma. I gather you're pleased fell on deaf ears. A loyal man with a cold heart. I know his kind well. I hope you will find me more to your liking. Alphino Levelier, at your service, and a friend. Which I believe makes me very unique in this part of the world, at least. Few indeed are your allies in Ul'dah, and you will need some of you which endear yourselves to the wealthy and powerful. Please, join me and my associate at the quicksand. There you may explain your situation to us, and we can see if there's any aught we can do to this, and to help. I am very interested to see what race you are. You seem like a new person from, the regions. Right. Let's see. Okay, we have to get to the quicksand. If my internal compass serves me well, the quicksand should be at the Adventurers Guild. Right.
We have traveled some several thousand miles across the sea from the nation of Doma, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
Sanctuary, Lady Yugiri?
Aye. Lying within Othard, Doma was under the dominion of the Garlean Empire, as I'm sure you are aware. When the War of Succession broke out in Garlemald, we espied an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of imperial oppression and took up arms. Only to be crushed. And so I gathered what few Domans escaped the reckoning and guided them hither to your shores.
A war of succession? Then the Emperor... Forgive me. You said that Doma was under Imperial rule, did you not?
Doma is gone, razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
12 have mercy. And your people?
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors. Many were complicit in the rebellion, or akin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to do so. I sought an audience with your rulers, but was summarily refused.
The lords of Ul'dah are not wont to entertain foreign refugees without suitable encouragement.
Mayhap I was foolish to expect otherwise, but our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care. I have seen the tents outside the gates, however. We are not the first to seek asylum, nor will we be the last.
Be that as it may, Ul'dah is no friend to Garlemald. Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here. The Sultana and the Syndicate will not be so easily swayed, but I shall see that you are granted an opportunity to plead your case.
This is within your power?
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential individuals.
I am in your debt.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but Your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
Men are wont to fear the unfamiliar. We know this from experience. We seek only to spare the people of Uldar unnecessary disquiet.
I shall defer to your experience, then.
I thank you for your understanding.
It seems I have urgent business with the Flame General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
So it's our good friend, Lady Yugiri. You are quite small, that I have to admit. Okay. Interesting. So, here's the story. Okay. Doma was under Garlean rule. There is a war of succession, and Doma Rose tried to launch a rebellion and was promptly razed to the ground because the rebellion was crushed. Lady Yugiri and the survivors joined in a refugee expedition to Ul'dah and now wants help to seek asylum and help for refugees. Interesting, so that means if the Garlean Empire is in the Civil War, that means that either our battle in Castrum Century, or Castrum Meridanium, whatever battle that involves the ultimate weapon, sent shockwaves throughout Aeors, throughout the Garlean Empire. Or the Emperor is dead, because I do remember him saying that the Emperor does not have an heir. So, it's a war of succession. Huh. I did not expect that. Interesting. If I may, sir. As I said earlier, we have been at sea for several moons, and our supplies are all but spent. I have not the heart to hear the tales of our tribulations, nor would I prefer to listen to anything. Suffice to say, sacrifices have been made. Though it shames me to beg for more when you've already offered so much, desperation compels me. Gentle sir, if you or your associates would spare any provisions, anything at all, it will go a long way to lessen the suffering of my people. I mean, look, Yugiri, I don't know if I have much, but I do have around 100,000 gil. I don't know if Doman currency accepts that, but I'll see what I can do. Why do you say so sooner, Felix? Of course I'll help. You couldn't have picked a better day, to tell the truth. A wealthy merchant and his entourage were due to have a banquet here on the morrow, sir. See? But just word they can't come. Meaning, I've got a boatload of foodstuffs and no one to feed. Best of all, they paid for it a lot in advance. Haha! Go call on Fruder and Catherine at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Tell them I said to ship the little prince's order to the Waking Sands. Oh, and if they argue, show them these letters. I'll set them straight. Alright. I'll be right back, Lady Yugiri. Just wait for me. Catherine and Frederick. My, that's a rather odd request. Maybe you misheard her instructions? No. You see? You know, you should encourage them. They'll start to expect it. You mark my words. Well, I'm sorry, Catherine. Orders are orders. She's in business of feeding refugees now. I ain't not really going to question Mr. Tremodi's judgment, but that doesn't seem wise to me. You know what? I hear you. It's hard to trust your Garlean, but hey, you know, I'll speak now for children then. But if you ask me, any man who can't earn a trust deserves to go on. Oh, you guys are all jerks, aren't you? Well, you know, might as well. There's no food that can't be hurt with. Might as well not let all that well-prepared food go to waste. Right, back to the adventurers. And we'll go to Tomomidi. Didn't give you any trouble, did they? Good. Now go and tell Yugiri it's all on hand. Absolutely. Come here. Hey, Yugiri! You did it. Hello, Kikyo. You're her retainers, I guess. I dare not hope for such magnanimity, much less expect it. Mistress Mumidi is very generous indeed. I'll be sure to thank her most humbly. I think you'll be pleased with this reply. You've been granted an audience. For Sultana and the Syndicate both, we should return to the Royal Promenade at once. You've done much for us, Master Alfredo. I swear we shall return the favor. Naught is owed, Lady Yugiri, for naught has been given. It's a small favor you fairly won with your words, and it is with words that you must warn the favor of the Syndicate. I shall choose them with care. Accompanying us, yes? Good. Your presence may serve to remind the Syndicate of the true meaning of philanthropy, and nothing so unpalatable will be required of them, assuming the domains are willing to earn their keep. Come, Flame General awaits us on the Royal Promenade. It's okay, Lady Yugiri, I will see you there. Right, Royal Promenade it is. Hello, Ralban. Oh, wow. You look nice, and... Teleji Adeliji. I've not seen you before. I guess he's from the Syndicate. I guess. A pleasure, Felix. The others are already inside. Let us not keep them waiting.
Yugiri of Domar, I'm honored to meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer. Alas, the circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Yugiri. Although I myself have heard the tale of your misfortune, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
As you wish, Your Grace. For many years, my nation, Doma, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule, and my people yearned to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlemald, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty. Alas, our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines of our own galleon's hold. Yet this figure accounts for but one of a number of ships which escaped the purge. It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow. Pray understand, we do not beg a boon, but propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady Yugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are willing to work, I see no reason not to let them.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
I agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a formal resolution. Shall we call a vote?
The law is the law.
Lord Lolorito?
Tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant? Even now, our streets are choked with the displaced victims of the Calamity and Alamigan refugees. They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher. The wealth of Ul'dah is not without limits, my friends. And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity? You have all read the reports, I think. Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the brass blades and the flames are not hard-pressed enough?
Some say the chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in Ul'dah. Or it may simply be that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
Surely the Sultanate can support the few hundred domins Lady Yugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny. But we are hardly in danger of financial collapse. I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago regarding a number of Alamigan refugees, if memory serves. What were your words that day? Yes, the law is the law. And so our visitors remained in Little Alamigo. Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
Mind your tongue, Lolorito.
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than gil.
Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future. Uldar's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril. One need only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy. How far the vaunted Mirage have fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees.
How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote. To accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
You know, I don't want to be mean, but I always think the reason they don't register it is because he's so small, they don't even understand. They're so small, they don't recognize his vote. But Lord Lolito, if that's his name.
Would that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Yugiri. As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters is regrettably limited. Without the consent of the Syndicate, I cannot act.
I understand, Your Grace, and I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
The nerve of the man! If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, little Alamigo would now be thriving. Oh, that you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner is utterly unconscionable. Pray, accept my sincerest apologies.
Now that the Empire no longer poses an immediate threat, they see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity. The Monitorists have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all. But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
So, in regards for factions, we've got we have a very interesting group then. We have, okay. I think I have an understanding then of the current power structure within. Right. In Uldar, you have the Sultana who rules. Raban is a member of Immortal Flames, or the leader. And with that, you've got Syndicate with like Raban obviously as his head. I saw actually a brass blade, I think. You have another guy in cloaked, who I don't know who that is. You have another Rogadin, but then you have a trading company and a funding company. No, a trading route, which is Lolorito, and Taliji, who runs I'm not quite sure what he is, but they seem to be like the council for Uldar. Okay, so like a constitutional monarchy then. Interesting. And they do not offer Yugiri passage because of the current strain they have with the Alamegan refugees and the rising civil unrest that is threatening their businesses. Although I don't know exactly what Lolorito's problem is, because it seems like he's got something a little more than simply just, oh, we have too many resources, because that hasn't really been a problem, if I recall, for most of the other city-states, unless there's something I'm not missing, or I'm not seeing. As you have observed, Lolorito is not afraid to speak his mind, nor is he like to change it. Often have I wondered how a man so skilled at weighing the worth of things should be so incapable of seeing the value in people. Bah, I will waste no more on him. Not when the Domans are in need of aid. Everyone, follow me to the Hall of Flames. does our little Ralban have something to say? Okay, Hall of Flames. I think we have to get to the Aetheric Plaza. And then there. It's interesting because at the same time, it's an interesting. It does pose an interesting question, you know, still of the more with the domins, because, like I said, unless there's something that I'm missing that involves the city of Ul'dah that I haven't been made aware of, it doesn't seem like there are in any place to be financially strained with the refugee crisis. Let's hear what you have to say. Since he has spoken, and I see no point in moving that the matter be reconsidered. The monitors have made their position clear. Agreed. Ul'dah's not an option. Nor Lim's or Gridania, given their state of their internal affairs. Which leaves our Doman friends confined to his ship. Gods, the thought of them huddled in airless hole with no hope of better treatment. Nor they have more time to find an alternative, a place not bound by the concerns of the great nations. Hold on. Infilia? That is precisely what I wish to discuss. Alphino? I think I know what you are thinking of. I understand this decision. I do. We all wish to preserve that which is ours, especially when we were believed to be under siege. But I cannot meekly accept this judgment. Not my people suffer. Would it be out of the question of consulted to accept this for a little bit of time? A week maybe, or even just a few days? Excellent. I shall keep you informed. Lady Geary, I have a proposal, if you would hear it. Out with it, Master Alphino. Headquarters of my order, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, stand in a place called Revenant's Toll, an outpost in Modrona. Like most outposts, it is frequented by mercenaries and other men of action, and lacks the comforts of well-established settlement. However, the leaders of Revenant's Toll have been doing their utmost to change that. The city had in need of able-bodied individuals willing to work as frontier hands. Hard labor, lest you doubt, if not safe food and shelter by way of reward. Terms not unlike those which you yourself just proposed, Lady Ugiri. Though I will not hear a word said against our beloved Ul'dah, Revenant's Toll would suffer certain advantages, the absence of unhelpful bureaucracy being the most obvious. If they can accommodate us at all, we shall gladly accept. Master Alphino, I find myself again in your debt. Pray do not thank me, my lady. The life your people go to is one of hard labor and few comforts, as I told you. And before that day remains a matter of how we safely be born to Revenant's Toll, which will be no small feat, considering distance and their present condition. Mayhap the old Dawn Adventurers Guild can be of assistance. Look for me there and on, Felix. That is a very, very smart play. Because Revenant's Toll and being a Scion base is neutral ground. Alphino, I'm impressed. Lady Ugiri, if you and your people will accompany me, we may discuss what aid the Immortal Flames can provide. Alright, let's get back to the base and see our next options. I will need to ever get back inside and attune myself to these. There you are. concerned that the Dome refugees may find the journey to Revenant's Toll too much to bear. Too long have they been sequestered aboard their ship, with insufficient supplies and scarce enough room to breathe, let alone stretch their limbs. With that in mind, Mistress Momodi has kindly offered to accommodate the Domans until such time as they are ready to set out for Modona. Those healthy enough to travel will embark as soon as transportation has been secured. Those too weak will leave at once, will be allowed to stay until they regain their strength. Thank you, Momodi, for your generous help. What news? Transportation remains the greatest obstacle, General. Is there aught that Immortal Flames can do? I fear that exceeds our mandate. Were it a small number, maybe it would go unnoticed. But, Syndicate will not bear the cost of escorting more than 200 Dobans to Mordona. When government fails to act, the responsibility fails to us, private citizens. I will engage the services of the 77 caravans on the Doman's behalf. Very well. To begin contract negotiations at once. Generosity is most welcome, my lord. After all that has been befallen these good people, it is the least I can do. Come what may, you shall ever have a friend in Oda, Lady Yugiri. And you in Revenant's Toll, my lord. Well, it sounds like we all have work to do. Lady Yugiri, let's put our heads together and settle the details for our arrangement, shall we? I would entrust the task of escorting our Doman friends to you, after you have rested your own road weary legs, of course. What say you? No problem, buddy. No problem whatsoever. Let's see, what do I need? I have a ironwork ring of slaying. Okay, that's the left ring. That's the right ring. Okay, ring of a knocked ring. Yeah, still not enough. I'll take the silver. I think I'll take the silver. Right. As we speak, the Domans prepare for departure at Vesper Bay, wherefrom there will be transport by carriage to Ul'dah. That said, it's all been decided rather suddenly, and it would not surprise me if the refugees need some assistance in coordinating their preparations. Felix, I would have you return to Vesper Bay and facilitate the process through tasks great and small. In short, whatever needs to be done, do it. Speak of man-made Hozan when you arrive. As Lady Yugiri tells it, he has been designated the leader of the first group. Right. Vesper Bay. Now, if I remember correctly, it's weird. I do not have any more Aetheryte to use, but I can go to Limsa Laminsa and then take the ship there. So if we can pass it that way, no, that way, yes. Just get all the way down. other retainer. Greetings, Alphino. Inform me that a Scion will be arriving to help with the preparations. I want to meet you, though shamed as well. A great warrior should not be tasked with such trivialities. Fam, have you seen me, alright? For a solid of my career, I've been just doing fetch quests. This is nothing. I knew from a glance that malt manner of man you were. I too have some sealed arms, as do many of our people. Pray forgive this trifle, but might I trouble you to help round up the children that have been given into my care? They're most adept at staying hidden from my sight, but perhaps you could help them. You have my thanks, my friend. Seek out my son, Yozan. He can tell you more. Okay. Oh, hello there. I'm Yozan, son of Hozan. You'll be coming with us to Tilda. I'll hear we'll be traveling by horse-bird-drawn carriage. But don't you think they're queer? Giant birds that people ride like horses? I don't want to try riding one, but... What's that? Thing for the others? Oh, don't worry. I already told them to get ready for the carriages. I'll need your help, though. We're just finishing a game of hide and seek. 3 players are still in hiding, and since Lady Yugiri chose to take it really seriously, they won't move until they're found. Investor Bay isn't that big, so I bet you can find them in no time. I see. Yeah, they are different then that's the case because they can't, they don't know what a chocobo is. Speaking of which, hey, Yadozan, who are you? I'm Koharu, Felix Arenthel, eh? I didn't know anyone was us. Wait a minute. You're one of those, stallions, are you? No, Scions, then you must know Lady Yugiri, right? Isn't she great? She's really good at hide and seek. Oh, right. It's almost time to go. Nice meeting you, Felix Arenthel. That's actually kind of adorable. Speaking of adorable, I see you. Alright, get over here. Are you playing? No fair, Yozan didn't say anything about adults, huh? We need a horse-bird carriage. I don't know, it sounds scary, but if Yozan said safe, I'll go. Okay. Right, now where's the little midget? Hello? Hello? Anyone here? Alright. Let's get a bird's eye view. Maybe we can see our child. Aha! There you are. Gotcha. Let's get aside. Hello. You're far from home, aren't you? How'd you find me? Bah, I guess I need to practice more. I'm really just good at this. I mean, the Guardians didn't find me. I mean, I kind of flew over here, child, so, maybe it's not that sort of thing. But I think that's all the children gathered up. Wonderful. All children are accounted for. Hide and seek. Ah, I see that you're curious. It's quite simple, really. Lady Yugiri thought the best children know what to do in case the Guardians found us. I should hope those days are behind us, but I nevertheless take comfort in knowing that we are prepared. Oh, so that's interesting. So the Domans invented hide and seek. Interesting. So, the first caravan is due to depart shortly, followed by the rest at regular intervals. My family and I, instead of my old father Homel, will be traveling in the lead carriage together with young Koharu, whom I believe you've already met. Though I understand the road to Ul'dah is regularly patrolled by your brass blades, it would give us great comfort if you agreed to accompany us on your journey. Once again, I thank you for your kindness. When you're ready to leave, please inform our coachman. Homel. I haven't heard. What does the event log say? What's he called? Koharu. off, are you? Aye, well, I was meaning to have a problem with you. Worried about that. Runner from the blade says we might have a problem. A fierce-looking beast has been sighted by the bridge to Tamerlea. Might be someone's eyes are playing tricks on him, of course, but don't pay a gamble with the business. Now, I know you can handle stuff in the fight, but there's a lot here. Here's another story. So I'm thinking, you go on ahead, have a quick look around, make sure the area's safe. And if you come across anything dangerous, you know what to do. When you're satisfied the way's clear, leave us outside the horizon. The blades tell me the roads are safe, so I can make that far on our own, assuming the self-kid same bastards won't rob us, that is. Okay. Survey the road to Ulda for any dangerous beasts. Well, I have just a weapon for you. Magitech Death Claw activate. Come on, buddy. Let's go. Let's go back here and enter bird's eye view. Let's go see what we're dealing with. Entering scouting mode. All clear. Over the mound. Deathclaw over the mound. Everything's fine here. Right, let's cruise control then. Let's start surveying this. Let's start surveying the place. Okay, a couple rock pasties, desert ones. They are they're near our place. There we are. Something down here. Excuse me? Hold on, what's a voice that... You should not... There is only one... There is only one person. There's only one group of faction that has wandering eyes. Those are atheists. I have a very bad feeling that the Ascians are going to make this a lot more harder for us. So there was a BC. Was being the operative word, eh? Oh, I have a bad feeling about this. Well fought, sir. Well fought. Ah, if only I were better help, I should have been proud to stand at your side. Pay my son no mind. If he gets his responsibilities, prelude acts of daring do. Be it as it may, I cannot help but envy you. Had we been able to call upon heroes of your strength and skill in Doma, things would have been very different. But we cannot change the past. Those who fought and fell are forever lost to us. Lost but not forgotten. Lady Yugiri's kinsmen, least of all. They fought fiercest, so they knew full well it was in vain. She had every right to walk away, lest he chose to stay. Food, shelter, the promise of a better life, all this and more we owe to her. How does one even begin to repay such a debt? Speak in kind, Father. To she who has given everything, we shall give our aid. Whatever work there is to be done shall be done without question. Ditch, digging, braying, like matters not. Revenant's toll will grow and prosper by our hands. Oh. Hey, Mr. Felix. Koharu might want to enjoy becoming an adventurer. To go wither the wild rose blooms. Hey, get it, smart. So, you like roses? I think I understand. I mean, they're nice and everything. Won't they go in lots of places? It's my turn now. Excuse me, Mr. Felix, I've got a question. What's Revenant's Toll like? Is it pretty? It's a stone's throw from Imperial Castrum? Nah, I don't want to traumatize these kids. It's a home to the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Oh, so you live there with your friends. That means you'll always be there to protect us. There's only one type of character that says that, and it's when the said characters die. Enough, Koharu. It's my turn again. Mr. Felix, when I'm older, I want to be strong like you. What do I have to do? Buy represent armor from Rowena. Okay, listen, right? There's this nice woman who sells these dope armor. You can sell it from her. No. Seek out new experiences and become adventurers. Of course! To be a better adventurer, you need to go adventuring. Alright, that's enough questions for Mr. Felix. That's not fair. Why does Yozan get to ask 2 questions? I want to know about adventuring just as much as he does. Just one more, please. Do you think I could be an adventurer if, like you one day? Absolutely, kid. Even though you've given much... Oh, really? Then I will. Thanks for the advice, Mr. Felix. I won't forget it. I'm going to be an adventurer too. When we get to Revenant's Toll, let's make an adventurers guild for domens. It'll protect our friends and punish that wicked, just like Mr. Felix and Lady Yugiri. Yeah, just like Mr. Felix and Lady Yugiri. We can talk more in the carriage on the way. Will you be joining us? Absolutely. And you guess what, kids? Because you guys are being so philosophical, you're the first ones to die, because if you ask that much and you set me up for emotional attachment, you guys die off and make me sad. That's just how it goes. I don't make the rules. Make for the quicksand. Where are we? Oh, we're in Western Thanalan. Okay. So let's actually work back first to Ul'dah then, because I think, yeah, Alpha no needs us. Ah, Felix, I take the first group has arrived. Excellent. Is there aught else? No. I have matters well in hand here. You and Lady Yugiri should travel to Revenant's Toll forthwith. Sure. Cool. I am gonna take the necklace offending. I think I might need that. Okie dokie. Right, let's go. Revenant's Toll it is. It's time past Lady Yugiri and met the guild representatives in Revenant's Toll. Since I do not foresee any future matters arising near Thanalan which might require your personal attention, I would instead have you serve as escort to the Doman delegation for the duration of the journey. Speak first with Slaffborn upon your arrival. He is the one with whom the Domans will be working most closely, I should think. Afterwards, introduce Lady Yugiri to Minfilia and the Guild Emissary. If both meetings do well, the resulting ties should stand the Domans in good steady for us to come. Safe travels, Felix. No problem. I'm gonna go warp there. Slaffborn, hey, my man, what's up? Been a long time, buddy. Good to see you. Inspired. How you talk to kids inspired him. wait, okay, I just saw this, right. How you talk to kids inspire them. It sounds like you're gonna be fulfill that prophecy yourself. I'm just saying, I've seen enough to know where this is going, okay? I don't want to kill the kids, okay? These kids are precious. And this must be the esteemed Lady Yugiri and her associates. I greet you all as friends and bid you welcome to the toll. Probably to yourself. Yeah, I also did notice. Again, I don't want to make stereotypes or assumptions. The two kids look very Eastern. Not like Middle Eastern, but very Japanese. I think I know where we're getting the samurai class from. I do hope you do not find our dearth of fineries off-putting, for though we may seem, we have a wealth of spirit and camaraderie to spare. You see, race and creed don't enter into here. We welcome all sorts, provided they're willing to earn their keep, of course. You are no strangers to hard work, Master Slaffborn. You may rest assured to carry out your orders with due diligence. Oh, not for a moment did I doubt your commitment. My lady, pray understand. I give thee the same speech to all new arrivals. You need bow your head or call me master either. We are both frontier hands as far as I'm concerned. As you wish, Slaffborn. May this meeting mark the beginning of a long and fruitful relationship. Stormblood is you going to Doma? Aw, yeah! Aw, yes! Our curse have yet to meet the antecedent. 7 hells, Felix. Why are you wasting time with me? See them to the rising stones. Absolutely, Slaffborn. Absolutely. Let's go meet our new Doman samurai friend. Aw, yeah. Come on, Yugiri. Too much is given, much is expected. Forgive me. I require a moment to compose my thoughts from meeting with your leader. We shall join you at the rising stones and on. All I have to say is, Samurai Gang, let's go! How do we get this? There, okay. Good day to you all, Topolino, Coltonet, Papalimo, the rest of you lot. Tis no use. Our attempts to reach the students about Destiny continue to meet with failure. Orion J has reported other avenues inquired, but they too have viewed it not. We will persevere, of course, yet within our hearts the truth is clear. We are awaiting confirmation of that which we already know. However, Domans, I am given to understand that you were kept quite busy in Vesper Bay. Maybe you can question the wisdom of aiding refugees when the primal threat remains unresolved. I should not blame you if you did, nor I deny this matter falls outside our normal purview, but Be that as it may, I cannot ignore the plight of refugees. No one knows within our power to help them. Lady Ugiri is here, please! Shorian, I would very much like to meet her. Aw, look, they're best friends! We have no objections. Praise do so with our blessing. Your answer pleased me beyond words, my lady. But are you quite certain? We have no way of knowing how many might answer my summons. In the event that Revenant's Toll cannot accommodate us all, we need to find an alternative solution. Should that come to pass, we will find it together. As ever, it's been a pleasure, Antecedent. Alas, we must take our leave, as the first carriages are due to arrive at any moment. Should we require all else? Pray speak with Softport, Lady Ugiri, Felix. Okay. Everything's in order. Lamin and I will make all necessary preparations to ensure that our Doman friends feel at home upon their arrival. Though I might admit, I'm still troubled about the matter of missing crystals. Yashua should be returning with a report from Alfield. Maybe you could wait here and speak with her upon her arrival? I see no problem with that.
How goes the fishing? Caught anything slippery?
Aye. Our suspicions were well founded. The Serpent Reavers are indeed the culprits.
The plot thickens.
Has there been any movement in Thanalan?
It has been blessedly quiet, which is to say the Amalja are being no more or less of a nuisance than usual, summoning Ifrit with such crystals as they have hoarded. Urianger, too, reports not out of the ordinary.
Then we have our explanation.
Your explanation for what, pray tell?
For the recent spate of crystal thefts in Thanalan, we naturally assumed that the trail would lead us back to the Amalja. Yet it did not. It led us across the sea unto Vilbrand.
Vilbrand? There have been reports of increased Sahagin activity of late. Oh gods, they mean to summon Leviathan?
That is the way of it, I fear. Whilst conducting our investigation on behalf of the mineral concern, we came upon evidence implicating the Serpent Reavers. With the aid of the Maelstrom, I was able to verify our suspicions. 'Tis only a matter of time before Leviathan returns to harrow the seas. But there is more. One of the Sahagin, an elder by my judgment, spoke of attaining the gift and knowledge of eternity.
Ugh.
Such a disturbance in the ether. If I did not know better, I should think this device defective. And there is the explanation.
Soon it shall begin. Our Lord shall rise midst surging waves to wash away the finless one. And I shall be granted the gift and knowledge of eternity, and with the emissary stand equal. Then shall I know no cessation, no oblivion.
Whence comes this promise of immortality? The emissary? We have outstayed our welcome.
The gift and knowledge.
Are the two of you quite well?
You shared that vision, did you not? Even before the Sahagin made mention of the emissary, I recognized Elidibus's words. He is behind this. But surely it is not within his power to grant the echo.
My lady, unless we act swiftly, Leviathan will rise again. The Admiral has already requested that we intervene to prevent this. Failing that, we are to attend to the Primal's extermination.
She will have our full cooperation. Let us make haste to Limsa Lominsa. I mean to play a part in this mission. Tataru, pray, take charge in my absence.
My lady, are you sure this is wise?
I am aware of the risks, but there is something I must see with mine own eyes. The true nature of the echo.
Very well. I shall not stand in your way. On the condition that you permit me to accompany you as bodyguard.
Your company is ever welcome, Thancred.
I take it something ill is afoot.
Aye, a Primal is about to be loosed upon Eorzea.
A primal?
A godlike being whose very existence is a bane upon the land. We Scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to put an end to their kind.
I see. Know then that I am learned in the arts of war. In return for the kindness you have shown my people, I would lend you my blade.
It would be most welcome. When contending with a Primal, one can never have too many able allies. If you crave a more intimate understanding of the problems facing Eorzea, this experience is like to provide it. Be sure.
Sounds like Mark Hamill. Or if you're referring to Thancred, I think I can see it. If you're referring to the Sahagin priest, I also can't see it because it reminds me of the Mark Hamill's The Joker. But it seems we have our answer. Leviathan is coming. And that's our next battle. Plainly, should the worst cause come to pass and Leviathan is summoned, our only recourse is to face him in battle. Given past experience, many will think that eventually inevitable. Yet, as long as even a chance the Primal's return can be prevented, we must bend all our efforts towards achieving that goal. Before we do all else, let's go to the Minsa with the Admiral. She should not have been idle in intervening time, and will doubtless have valuable information to share. Right. Let's go visit our old, big, colossal Sea Admiral. Our absolute unit. Wait, no, I'm right. Dang it, maybe I totally. Never mind. Back down we go. herewith, I come at your service. Also, Skylark says hi. Welcome, friends. I take it your stroller has apprised you of the situation. Let us waste no time, then. According to our best intelligence, the Sahagin had not crystals enough to summon their god. Alas, we did not count on the Serpent Reavers venturing as far as Thanalan to supplement this cache. For our short-sightedness, we are faced with the grim prospect of the Leviathan's imminent return. Needless to say, I am not inclined to let the Fishbacks have their way. Even as we speak, the Maelstrom makes ready to launch a large-scale operation to thwart the summoning. We would welcome the Scion's support in this endeavor. But, if gods forbid, our efforts come to naught, I will need to trouble you for more than mere approach, much as I did when Titan last walked these lands. Lady Benfilia, I am given to understand you mean to accompany our soldiers to the front lines. I can only assume you have sound reasons for doing so. I do, Admiral, but I would rather not be drawn on by their nature. I will say only that there's something I want to see with my own eyes. Is that so? Well, I am not so stubborn as to deny the wish of one whose aid I require, but precautions must be taken. I shall require that you remain by my side at all times. When that's settled, let us speak of the operation. Felix. Maelstrom scouts are currently reconnoitering Sahagin movements within the Sapsa spawning grounds. Upon completing their mission, they will return to the operation staging point at Camp Skull Valley. I want you to make your way there forthwith. You might be apprised of the latest intelligence. Commander Fogbreda has charge of the garrison. Right. So, Camp Skull Valley. Understood. Thank you very much, Admiral. I will quietly see myself out and get ready to the attack, or the attack. And, good impressions aside, let's get going. To Skull Valley. Where is that? Oh, Western Anoska, okay. I think Aleport is our closest one. Right, Falconbreda at Camp Skull Valley. I say we should... nothing bad 5 scouts ventured in South's all told. Here, this flask of restorative to tend to those who may have been wounded. Though it may be deeply considered the mission, no shame. They have perished, circumstances permitting, they ask that you recover their bodies. By no means venture too deep into the aviary to river. No one can do that. No problem. Alright, Felix, it's time. Death Claw mode activated. Let's get our, what was it? Maelstrom Restorative, and let's actually slot that into our... Let's just replace our normal potion. There. Yes. Right. Let's go. Alright, Death Claw. Sweeping mode activated. Let's go scan the Sap's surrounding grounds. Hopefully they're nowhere near our little tribe of the Clutch Father, you know, our good old friends at the Beastman tribes. Okay. Scanning. Scanning. Hold on, got something. Touchdown. Gently now. I found one of them. Alright, come on, buddy. Hey, you alright? All the time to the restorative. Hey, I got you, man. I got you. I'm on your feet. Thank you. I owe you my life. We were ambushed by serpent reavers. Luckily, our missing world we didn't stand a chance. I was able to flee this far, but those were captured. Turning into the serpent's tongue, I'm sure of it. I can make my own back to camp, but I fear the worst for my comrades. Save them, I beg you. Alright. Alright, come on, Deathclaw. Let's go. If you keep your sensors peeled, old buddy. If we can find these guys, we'll save them. Oh, I'm picking something up. Gently now, gently now. I see you. There you are. Oh, hello. Oh, you guys are quite nice. Alright, we're done here. Right, both the corpses recovered. Get back to False Freedom then. I don't think we need potions anymore, so let's put this back. Right. We found three of the 5 people. My guess is, well, I don't want it to be true, but I unfortunately think that they may have been taken to the sacrifice of the lion. That's a vision. Second. Return, Flank Navigator. When I learned you went to Serpent somewhere yourself, I feared you would bring untimely demise. Tell me. You and the others. Nothing good. Wait, you're a guy. Oh no, you're a girl. Are you a girl or are you a guy? Oh, you're a girl. I'm so sorry. Sorry, ma'am. Dear gods, these wounds are not needed to kill, but to torture and pain. Is there savagery no bounds? Enemies are no, they go too far. them, Fisher Bastard. I'll kill them slowly and then chase their rotten souls through all 7 hells. Peace, Commander. We are here for a purpose. Vengeance is not it. I want your mind on the task on hand. Savvy? My apologies, Admiral. You may count on me to keep a clear head. Good. According to our sole surviving scout, the Sahagin and their thralls have already begun to amass the Aetherite in the depths of Sapsa. We are to act, it must be now. The men are ready. We but await your orders, Admiral. As predicted, the Sapsa has tight security in and around the spawning grounds. A frontal assault is likely met with fierce resistance. But we are not smart, but so artless at that, Commander. We shall divide our forces and strike them hard and fast at key locations. Remember, our ultimate objective is to take the Sapsa Aetherite and eliminate the Sahagin priest presiding over the summoning. We are not there to kill them all. The Maelstrom shall engage and distract the Sahagin's legion of drowned pirates at the serpent's tongue, Commander. You have charge over this effort. Be mindful that the lay of the land there is devilish for attacking forces. Let the foreign levy spearhead the assault, and have subsequent units fan out to cover their flanks. At this selfsame moment, a diversionary squadron formed of galleons from the Crimson Fleet shall harry the enemy from offshore. And likewise, we Scions shall form smaller units in hopes of confusing the Sahagin defensive effort. Felix, Istrola, the two of you are to make your way to the site of the summoning ritual. The Admiral's diversion should serve to thin the enemy's defenses, rendering your path less perilous. A small party, I believe, should be able to win through without drawing unwarranted attention. Thancred and Yukiri, your mission is to lure as many Sahagin as possible out of the spawning grounds. Having done so, take to your heels and circle around to join the infiltration of Istrola and Felix. I myself cut the path through the Aetherite, accompanied by Lady Minfilia, as was agreed. Well, don't let me keep you, friends. To battle! When last we fight side by side, Felix? Too long ago, I warrant, but... Come, let us away. Absolutely, Istrola. It's been a while indeed. Let's do this battle. Let's fight. Go for the checkpoint between me and Sahagin down at peace. Alright, where? My tactical assault verb. I believe it's time we fight. Healer stance? That's what I have you for, Quay. Let's go. survivors, and I think we can get out of here. Hey, you okay? Hey, do not concern yourself. The guy thing below. Come. The Aetheroid is close at hand. Let's press on. There it is.
Damn them. They have made thralls of soldiers and civilians both.
Hey, good shot, Thancred.
Did I miss much?
Dang! Ikiri?
So that is how you fight in the Far East. Mental note, pick no quarrel with Domans. But seriously, if I am to keep up, I must needs forsake elegance for efficiency.
Ooh, good hit. Get him!
To the Aetheryte!
Oh, there is one. Up. Up. Eh?
You'll forgive me my lateness.
I've been something of a liability of late, I know. 'Tis high time I set about making amends.
Long have you shriveled Swordwalker, tormented our kind. But no more! Your time is at an end! You shall perish with salt in your wounds and sea in your lungs. Lord of the world, hearken to our plea. Lord of the world, deliver us from our misery.
Do you feel that?
I know this sensation. It's the echo.
What?
that's not good.
Strike me down if you will. It is futile. I have mastered the gift. I am eternal. Oh, mighty Leviathan, ruler of the seas, born of waters primordial, I offer unto you this frail flesh, that you might grant your faithful servants deliverance. I beseech you, come forth!
Die, damn you!
Foolish shorewalker! You cannot kill that which is eternal!
Oh no. Oh no. Okay, that's a big guy. Oh, that's a very big dragon.
Heavens fulfilled.
Damn it all!
My being am the way. It should by right be infinite. Am I not immortal? Curse you, emissary! You promised me everlasting.
Where did he go?
What say you? Nary a single ship? Hells take that sea demon. Gather the survivors and get to shore. Leave the wrecks for the pirates. Leviathan wastes no time. The diversionary squadron is lost. For a mercy, 'twould seem the Primal now makes for open sea. But why does he not press his advantage? Unless... God save us. He means to unleash a tidal wave.
Understand, I speak of no mere wall of water. That which Leviathan makes ready to conjure carries more destructive power than not seen of late. Enough to raise coastal settlements. If its last attempt is any guide, we cannot suffer history to be repeated. It's our in the Seven Hills of to prevent it. Simple enough, Admiral Rib. I propose we stab him repeatedly until he dies. Though our plight cries out for action, we must take thought. So long as Leviathan remains in the open sea, he is effectively beyond our reach. Our fleet is unable to second to none. That to be sure. But Limblane herself would struggle to best the Lord of the world in his element. In a straight fight, he would make meat and matchwood of us. We know the plan. That much is plain. Let us return to Limsa and see what we cannot think of one. I shall await you in the command room. Okay. Yes, high Leviathan, indeed. That's a big dragon. No, wait. Here's the question. If it's a sea dragon, then I, as a dragoon, can stab it. The logic is simple, okay? The logic is flexible and also fully simple. I am the dragoon here. I am made to kill dragons. Theory, Leviathan is a sea dragon. Practical. I can stab a sea dragon. It's simple as that.
There used to be a hamlet beyond South Tidegate in western La Noscia. Halfstone it was called. Some years prior to the Maelstrom's founding, Leviathan rose from the briny depths and set about unleashing watery hell upon us. On that occasion, the Company of Heroes put him down before he could do too much damage. But when the bastard came next, this time in the wake of the calamity, we were not so fortunate. Weary of ravaging our shoreline, he summoned a tidal wave which fair leveled Halfstone and washed the soil away for good measure.
The area was subsequently occupied by the Sahagin.
Aye, the thrice-damned creatures transformed it into a spawning ground for their brood. Given the quantity of crystal stolen to feed him and his legion of thralls, we can be fairly sure that Leviathan is stronger now than in his previous incarnations. If that sea demon is left to wreak havoc, what befell Halfstone may well befall a larger settlement, even Limsa. That cannot happen. The primal must be stopped.
That was ever our objective, Admiral. But how are we to achieve it? The sea is Leviathan's uncontested domain. The ships of the 3rd Squadron could not close to within 100 yards of the Primal, nor could their cannons pierce his defenses.
I have read the reports, Master Thancred. Our warships may as well have been bloody pleasure barges for all the good they did. 7 hells! Is there no way that we might strike back?
The Company of Heroes defeated Leviathan, having first lured him into an inlet, but we must needs contend with him upon the open sea. It will...
Admiral, if I may.
Speak freely, Marshal.
By all accounts, Leviathan's most formidable weapon is the very sea itself. Waves and whirlpools, tides and currents, all these things are his to command. The key to victory, I believe, lies in disarming our foe. This, in effect, is what the Company of Heroes achieve with their ruse. We cannot lure Leviathan from the sea a second time. But what if we could weaken his hold upon the element of water? I have heard of devices capable of such wonders. They draw upon the power of corrupted crystals, I am told. If mounted upon a ship, such a device might be used to prevent Leviathan from bringing the full force of the sea to bear against us, rendering him no more dangerous than any other sea serpent.
Of course! Sid built a similar device to grant the Enterprise safe passage through Garuda's Tempest, did he not?
Begging your pardon, my lady, but to give credit where it's due, this is something I heard from an old arcanist friend of mine.
It makes little difference who thought of it first, so long as it works. Beg the specifications of this device from your friend, and I shall pass them on to our people at Naldic and Vermelis. But before we proceed any further, I would voice one concern. Piercing Garuda's defenses is one thing. Suppressing Leviathan's attacks, quite another. In matters of science, I am as a babbling babe. But I cannot well imagine that such a feat would be possible without a veritable mountain of corrupted crystals. The question being, do we have a ship big enough to bear such a burden?
Mayhap not, Admiral, but two might. Recall you the tale of Mistbeard's greatest haul? It is said that he lashed 2 ships together, side by side, the better to bear his plunder. By your leave, we might attempt to repeat the trick. The gods know it would be quicker than building a new vessel.
Mistbeard did this. Truly, Marshal, Upon the subject of the Pirate King, you are as a scholar.
Now, from what I have gleaned of these matters, the device will need to be in close and constant proximity to the target. To wit, we must lash our twin vessel to Leviathan. This in itself will be no small feat. Ramming speed will be required, but given the weight of the cargo, that will only be attainable with the aid of a towing vessel. Suffice it to say, the task of piloting said vessel will entail considerable danger, and I would not ask it of another. I volunteer myself.
Will be dangerous for all involved, but we have no better recourse. Very well. Commodore, assemble the remnants of the fleet at Morabee Bay. Give priority to our soundest vessels. The repairs can wait. Storm Marshal Slafierson, command of the operation is yours. I want that twin vessel ready to sail post-haste.
At once, Admiral.
And then there is the small matter of slaying the beast. The fate of Limsa rests upon your shoulders once again. Go well, warrior of light.
Beings held as gods also exist in what you call the Far East. Legends tell they walked among us in days of yore, but I confess I never truly believed them. I should live to behold one is humbling and horrifying in equal measure. Now that I can face to face with Garmal, I do begin to understand why the Garleans fear them. Eh? What is it? Mr. Admiral, I judge it best that it be delivered at once. I am listening. According to the Yellow Jackets, a man who has appeared claims to have defeated Leviathan. Eh? One of the company of heroes? The details are quite hazy, Admiral. We have dispatched one of our own to question the individual. I am disinclined to put any store to this claim, and even should it true, it is as Yustura said. None save the company of heroes have bested Leviathan. We know that they went about it. If this man is of their number, what could he tell us that we do not know already? And yet, having wagered limbs of survival in 2 ships, some rope and a pile of crystals, can we afford to ignore this man? If his testimony could yield us any manner of advantage, should we not hear it? Damn it all. The twin vessel will soon be ready. We have no time to waste for the maelstrom's report on this supposed Primal Slayer's claims. Felix, seek him out and learn what he knows. At the very least, it will spare you the torment of waiting for the reckoning in Duress. The man you're looking for is believed to be a resident of the Great Fleet in Lower Noska. The Storm Private sent to question him should already be in the vicinity. May your journey prove fruitful. Lower Lenoska? Is this our friend Westgate? Friend? Okay, no, he's not in my gosh, wait a minute. Is it the same guy again from the guy who defeated the Titan? Please say no. Oh no, it's him. Trash Tomb, not again. Now look here, you have your bloody story. Alright, after you carry those sacks of grain over to the mill. But sir, that's what you said before. You had to pick those oranges before, and then I multi the triple sabers, and before we brought the mills over to the mill, and also before... Oh my gosh, it's you again. Gods, man, I've worked 3 days straight without a wink of sleep. 3 days, and you hear me complaining? I suppose some of us get me for the rougher stuff. Alright, I'll give you what you want. That never be said. Track 2 ain't a generous soul. Now pick up your ears, because I won't be repeating myself. 2 more to see? Besides, there's only so much happiness a man can take in one sitting. You can? Aye. The tale of Track 2's epic victory over the dread primal Levi Beastus. Now, this is huge, that's no mistake. To give you how big, each of his scales is about as wide as across members long, and that can be no feat, I tell ya. When I fought him, I could barely see for all the brine he was petting me. A lagoon's worth, at least, even knocked me trusty axe out of the stage course. That proved to be a slower mistake. What happened next? Why, I got him by the tail and I tied him up in knots. I don't want to take all glory for myself. I let me mates in the company of heroes handle the rest. Like I said, I'm as modest as well as heroic. Me up too much. Now, some say you can never truly beat Leviathan. That's why you got to learn with him and make the best of a bad situation. Not the company, though. Okay. Hi! Oh, it's you! I'm sorry, I didn't mean it was a situation, it's all I think I ever got said. Oh, it's you again. It's you again. I was never part of the company heroes. I am no marauder. I'm just a complete coward. I'm nothing. I'm Chocobo Dun. No, I'm the magazine fine wriggling Chocobo Dun. I have to light a woman to tumble in, that's what don't happen to me. Remember, Tiny is pathetic. Okay. I didn't fight Leviathan, but I have seen him with my own eyes. It was a few years back, when I was working as a baker's hand. I was drinking marine duties in the day, in the Lormet Harbor when I saw it. A great, big, massive Caesar in some moments off the coast with a fleet of galleons making straight for it, cannons firing. I was so bloody scared, I sold myself right there and then. Oh, just remembering everything makes me sell myself all over again. Hey, wait, if you ask after the Leviathan, it makes you planning to fight him, aren't you? Well, take care. He really is terrible. Dreadful, I tell you. If you're not careful, you'll end up in his gullet or at the bottom of the sea. You worthless flying horselet! I can't believe you made me handle Chocobo dung. Okay. Felix, this is Minfilia. We were able to learn all using a Leviathan. Leviathan? I see. That's unfortunate. At any rate, I have tidings for you. The twin vessel's now complete. We wait you at Morby Dry Dock. Make your way here as soon as you're able. Okay. Okay, listen here, Track Tomb. If I don't get out of this, you're gonna have some very choice words with the Admiral. Oh, you idiot. You absolutely right. Okay, after that complete inadequate detour, let's go actually deal with Leviathan. Where do we go actually? There? Yes. Coming! I'm told your John to the Great Fleet proved fruitless. My sympathies, lad. I wager it served to take your mind off the events of recent days, but enough of that nonsense. The moment of truth is upon us. The twin vessel, the War Eater, I call her, is complete, and she surpasses all expectations. In addition to a prodigious Sarge, she has been fitted with a platform that you and your yours might maneuver freely in battle. I would mention also she is not unsinkable, but I'm not one to tempt fate. The War Eater and the crew stand ready, my friend. Give the word and it will bear you to the Leviathan. Let's do it then. I know that look. You are ready. Having been instructed in some haste, the War Eater may not be pretty, but I assure you she is capable. She has been fitted with what our friends at Nautic and Demelis are called an elemental converter. Assuming the thing works, it will use the power of the corrupted crystals on board to rob Leviathan of his hold over water. When the battle unfolds, you may well need to activate the device manually. Keep that in mind. It is expected that Sahagin and their thralls will attempt to come to Leviathan's defense. Accordingly, the Maelstrom will once again employ diversions. Thancred and Ystrola, I'll have you assist in this effort. It is fulfilled for purpose, your diversionary force will not run for numbers. By your leave, I too will volunteer my blade. We would welcome it. Having seen you fight in Sapsa, I dare say the fishbacks will find your presence highly diverting. Thancred and Ystrola, you would join the third levy, and Lady Ugiri the fifth. But what words have I for the man who has made a sport of slaying gods? Only these. Go wisely, for the sea is an unforgiving place to wage, well, war. May the navigator guide you through the storm, warrior light. I would echo the Admiral's sentiments and add a few words of mine. Oh, know that we all have the utmost faith in you, Felix. May the crystal bless and keep you. Is it time? It's time! Well, let's go then. Confront Leviathan. Not the second coil. It's confronting the Whirl Eater. Let's do this. Nice one. Let me write that blank. Get it. Good commendation. You guys are all amazing. Leviathan is no more. Reports back to us. Knowing your urgency of business, I thought best to refrain from making conversation during visits, but I will express a few words. I feel truly privileged to have had the honor of meeting a hero like you. You're an inspiration to us all, sir. And on that note, the Admiral waits you in the command room. Aw, thank you, Xanthale. You're a good lad. Alright, ma'am. I'm back.
We Lominsons are sworn to strive, till sea swallows all. And swallow all it would have had Leviathan prevailed. That we still strive now, we owe in no small part to you. Not for the first time, you have delivered Limsa Lominsa from the wrath of a primal. Never has our nation known a stouter ally. On behalf of my people, I give you my humblest thanks. 'Tis meet that I give thanks to old Mistbeard, too, for his fine solution. Whatever else he may have been, 'tis clear he was a resourceful soul. Would...
Before I set foot in these lands, I had no inkling that the people of Eorzea contended with such mighty foes. Suffice it to say, their existence came as something of a shock, as did the idea that they could be defeated. This experience has served to remind me of the vastness of the world, and the boundless potential of man. Though I am but a refugee in this realm, I would fain be of use to you in your fight. Know that I am tutored in one of the foremost combat arts of the Far East. It may seem outlandish to the Eorzean eye, but should any of your people care to learn, I would be pleased to initiate them.
And I will see to it that they are grateful. I have no doubt that your knowledge and skills will serve us well. Besides, your art is not so outlandish as you think. Would you not agree, Master Thancred?
Naught escapes your searching eye, Admiral. Few are privy to this information, but Limsa Lominsa is home to a certain secret fraternity. Its members are trained in a form of combat not unlike your own. By my judgment, it should not be beyond such individuals to adapt to the techniques I witnessed you employing with such admirable deftness.
I am heartened to hear this. I too noted a kinship between your style and mine own, though it seemed to me that you fought differently in the beginning.
I suppose I did. What can I say? I'm a man of many talents.
Though you may labor to believe it, Thancred was once something of a scoundrel who fraternized with the criminal class in these parts.
Yestola! You jest, of course.
But for a chance encounter with Alphino's grandsire, He might never have left Limsa Lominsa, or received an education in Sharlayan, or taken up his post in Uldar, which is where he trained in the blade, lest you wonder.
Minfilia, please!
It would seem there is more to you than meets the eye, Master Thancred.
My gosh. Master Yugiri, just kiss him already, damn you. Two rogue/ninjas partying together? I could think of no better dynamic duo.
Lady Yugiri, I am told that you and yours came to Eorzea seeking permanent resettlement, and that many domins have since been engaged as frontier hands at Revenant's Toll. Moderna is many things, but a place of refuge it is not. Know that I would like nothing better than to furnish your people with a new home here on Lominsan soil. Alas, racked by instability as we are, our nation is in no fit state to take you in. Yet I'll not have it said that we turned a blind eye to your suffering. Until such time as we can do more, I pledge to send provisions.
We are in your debt, Admiral. I realize that it scarce qualifies as repayment, but if it please you, I shall set about sharing my martial knowledge with your people at once.
You wished a word in private.
The better not to spoil the festive mood. History repeats itself, Admiral. As the kobolds did before them, the Sahagin resorted to summoning their god over a territorial feud. They acted in self-preservation. It may be that the Sahagin initiated this particular clash, but how it begins does not interest me so much as how it ends.
I have not forgotten our conversation, Y'ashtola. I am aware that man bears part of the blame for the Primal's existence. Nor am I ignorant of the Sahagin's reason for acting. They sought to secure a place to breed and multiply that their kind might survive. Self-preservation, as you say. But we have as much right to live and thrive as they. If our own survival is threatened, are we to lay down our arms and welcome oblivion? Nay.
And so you kill, that you might live. Yet if living is a right, then that right belongs to all peoples, be they men or beastmen.
I'll not deny your reasoning. But when a storm gathers, it falls to me to see my people safely through it. That is my duty, and I shall do it.
As must we all, Admiral. Stay the course, then, but know that it will lead to no good end.
Man has ever put himself first and foremost. To justify his actions, he clads himself in the armor of righteousness, though it be a fancy of his own making. In this, mayhap the Garleans and we Domans are not so different.
Eorzea has become as a raging sea. If we are to keep our heads above the waves, we cannot scruple to drown the man next to us. When hopes of coexistence founder, strength must determine who has the greater right to live.
Leviathan is vanquished. I'm happy to see that Yugiri is still making her friends in and around the areas of Leminsa. I think, at the same time, it's been quite good then for our people. Interesting events for this patch and the story so far. The Domans have now entered the fray, or what's left of the Domans, and as for us, we have got a little bit of a task on our hands then to deal with these new refugees. Leviathan is defeated, of course. That's another primal checked off our list. Now, because I've been doing the primal questline, I am aware that I can very well face Leviathan's extreme trial, or his raid. That I will do off stream. Of course, as well, there are things of bigger issues. My guess is eventually the same prospect of Elidibus working with the Leviathan, with the Sahagin, will carry it over, I think, to the Sylphs and with Ramen. I cannot say for sure, but I bet it's gonna happen. I reckon it's gonna happen eventually. It's just the way of things. But it will be interesting then to see how the Domans factor into this plot, as well as and I guess it's also builds with how the Ascians are still working with the Primals. That is all I really know. But we will all discover that and uncover its mysteries tomorrow. As tomorrow, given how Three Kingdoms has been near this campaign, we can start right away with patch 2.3, hopefully tomorrow. And that I can't be all the more happier. So, thank you all for coming. I should also shout out to the people who have followed me between the streams that I've been online. Shout outs to people who've just contributed and hit the follow button or are still lurking in chat. To Manolia Nya, who have followed me later, 2 hours before the stream started today. And also to another person, I can't see them. Yes, Manage Me, who also followed my channel. Even if you guys aren't here, and you guys might still be only lurking in chat and not interacting, it's been really great to stream and go through Final Fantasy with the rest of you a lot. So, without further ado, that will be all for today. I do not know actually if anyone is on that we could actually come and raid, but if not, actually yes, there is someone we can go pay visit to. So, that will be all for today. Tomorrow, we will return back into the grind and into the rest of this story. But I see we have someone who is around. Let's see if this works. Yes, indeed. Okay. We'll be raiding a small streamer, of course, called Evanito. And I hope we can all come, and indeed, thank you so much for coming, everybody. Have a good time. Have a good time as well with Evan and his stream. In any other case aside, this is Just an Assassin. Starting and setting off for now. Have a good night, everybody, and take care.